Hey, and that was our new Euro intro for the Euros. Right, okay. Yeah, let a few people get on, I think, as well, before I say too much. Let's just have a quick round the table. Dan, you're on this week with us. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, mate. Very good, thank you. Good to be on.
Good. Nigel, how are you, mate? How's your week been?
Yeah, well, I had a good weekend apart from lost my car keys yesterday.
So, say that again, mate. Sorry.
I lost my car keys yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I hate it when I lose my car keys.
You found them yet, Nigel?
No. Looks like I'm gonna have to. I phoned everyone today, but looks like I'm gonna have to get another one. Another 140 quid down the drain.
Yeah, they're not cheap, are they? Darren, looking rather sporty there, mate.
Well, yeah. It's just an illusion, mate. Yeah, I've had a good week. I managed to find some car keys yesterday, and I nicked a lovely car around the Staffordshire area.
Very good. Very good. Okay, let's welcome on everyone. How is everyone who's coming on and joining us tonight? But before I do anything else, and I'll give you an idea what the show's going to consist of this week, we just got to say some really, really worrying news coming through at the moment about Alan Anderson. We're not sure what has happened with Alan. All we know is that he's in intensive care unit. So, but like I say, we don't know what's happened. But Alan Anderson, for me, I think he's a bit of a legend myself. I thought he was a great defender, and I thought he was an absolutely outstanding pundit. Your thoughts on Alan Anderson, guys?
Top player. I remember growing up.
Yeah, I played against him.
Nigel.
Yeah, I played against him. Yeah, it was back in the days when you was actually allowed to pass the ball back to the keeper, like, you know. So the back four at Liverpool, they just like they sucked you in, and then they pulled you apart, and next thing you know, they're up your end. They scored a goal, but yeah, he was a good player, very good player, composed on the ball.
I liked him as a pundit as well.
Yeah. Very elegant on the ball, wasn't he? Just a really good player.
He was comfortable, yeah. He was comfortable with the back on the ball.
Well, all I can say is that our thoughts are with him, hoping that he has a speedy recovery. If anything develops during the course of the show, we'd let you know anyway. But our thoughts are out with Alan Hansen and his family. Get well soon, mate. A legend from back in the day. Okay, before we crack on, let's just see girls go grand up in. Darren is a legend. He loves you, mate, doesn't he?
I love him too.
He loves you too. Stuart Higgins is on. Good. I'm glad you're on, mate. Always good to have you on. Okay, listen, folks, this is how the show's going to go. It's a Euro 24 preview show. I will also, during the course of the show, give you some idea what we're going to be up to. We're going to do something rather different, something rather interesting. But I'll tell you more about that a little later on. And we're going to have our little funny things. And we'll have a Q&A as well this week. You can fire anything at us. So, guys, let's go straight in. The Euros are almost upon us. Friday night, Germany, Scotland. Obviously, there's been some friendlies. I don't think England really. I mean, you can't talk about it. You can't base everything on a friendly, but it was rather dire, though, wasn't it?
Listen, there's 11 players out. Well, more than 11 players out on that pitch. And none of them are going to be trying. They don't care whether they win or lose. They're just staying free of injuries. That was it. No injuries. You could tell by the way they were playing. I mean, it's just for me like they'd be better off playing an English side, you know, or just play the youth side against the full English side, because they're not trying. And I don't blame them. You know, you don't want to get that far, get an injury in a friendly and rule yourself out of the World Cup, because you know it's a big event. But you know, people slagging them off. I didn't think they were very good. I thought the match was garbage, to be honest. But at the same time, I know how the footballers will be sort of thinking about it.
Of course, absolutely, yeah.
I I agree with you, Nigel. There wasn't much urgency. There wasn't flying in tackles, sprints and stuff because of the injuries. But I would say the game against Bosnia, I mean, that game was dire in the first half, apart from Eze, maybe one of the others. But that game, the squad wasn't announced, was it? So they still got to be, there was players there trying to impress who didn't, did they? But yeah, you can't gauge in it friendly. I think it would be a different pace of game, obviously, the first game against Serbia.
I mean, that's a really interesting point you made there, Dan, in respect that, obviously, the Bosnia game, there were players still playing for their places. So maybe, they didn't, you'd have thought they'd fought a bit harder, some of them. Let's though use that to go into the whole scenario of the whole team selection that he's made. Now, there's a lot of people criticising some of the decisions on certain players. A lot of fans are saying it's typical Southgate. Here we go again. What's your views on what the people he's left out? Shall we say more than anything? Has he got it right?
Well, I think the main talking point's been Grealish, really, isn't it? I think a lot of people expected him to be in the squad at least. And he's a game changer, Grealish. He'll get you free kicks around the box and stuff like that. So that was a bit surprising, But he's, I was listening to Talk Sport the other day, and they mentioned that he's taken a lot of strikers over there with him, but he's taken a lot of strikers that take spot kicks for the clubs. So he's sort of probably got the penalties in mind. He's got 5 players there that take the penalties for the clubs. And I said that the selection on that's been quite good, which I probably agree with, to be honest. So I think we will get to a stage where it goes to penalties again. But yeah, I would Grealish. I was really surprised he didn't take Grealish with him.
Well, I was happy. I was quite happy with the squad. Quite surprised that the ones he dropped out. It's quite an attacking squad. It just all comes down to how he sets up and how he plays, and because the defence does look a bit light. Although we've got enough cover, I think. It's a 26-man squad. I mean, normally it's 23. There's plenty of cover in the defenders, and he's picked the same amount of defenders as he did for the last tournament. But I think Braithwaite was a bit of a strange one to leave out because he left-sided sort of centre back, and he's been playing well. So I think everyone says it. The defence is the worry, but I'm really happy with the squad. Yeah, Grealish was a surprise. Maddison not so much, but I'm glad he's picked 4 Palace players anyway without any bias. But we're going to be like West Ham winning the cup in 1966.
Yeah, I'm quite excited by the squad. I think it's all right, and I think it's the right call to leave out Grealish because everybody who are questioning why isn't Grealish in the squad, you might as well say the same thing for Rashford. He's capable of doing it, but he's had a season where he just hasn't really shown up enough for Man City, has he? I've got no problem with Southgate picking players on form for this England squad, and he's rolled the dice with a couple. Like Dan said, who would have thought at the start of the season there'd be 4 Palace players in there, but well deserved. Obviously, Wharton, I don't really know much about him, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie, but I caught a bit of the game against, was it Bosnia? And he seemed to be very forward thinking, and crikey, our midfield's crying out for that, isn't it? Someone to be able to pass the ball forward. And what do they say about youth? They don't really feel the pressure, do they? So, yeah, like I said, overall happy with the squad.
Oh, no, that's the groups. Hang on, I got the squad. I put the wrong one up then, didn't I? So let's just have a quick look at this squad. There's the squad there, if you can read it. Are there any weak points in there, do you think?
Defence.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the area of concern, is it? Defence. And so we said about the decision making on the people he left out. Would any of you have done anything different in the defending area then?
I think I would have had Braithwaite in because you've got Stones who's not been fit towards the end of the season. They had a little bit of a knock the other day. Guy, the Palace player, Mark Guy, he's only played the last 2 games of the season. One was a sub because he was out for a while. Luke Shaw, massive injury worry, probably not fit for the first game. So I think I would have took a bit more cover and maybe dropped one of the 3 forwards he's took. But that's my only worries, really.
I agree with Dan, but I just keep looking at that. And if Lewis Dunk is in the heart of our defence, up against some of Europe's finest forwards, I'm going to be even more worried.
Well, so you were saying about it. Why? So look, I don't know the Palace players that well. Well, I don't know them at all. If I'm, I don't really pay much attention to Palace or the Premier League. So I'm gonna. I can say this from an outsider sort of point of view, not really bothered about the Premier League so much and the players in it. Why on earth though would you pick someone who's not played the back end of the season and only had a sub and a full pick? Why would you pick them for this competition? I don't get that. Are we that short of players in this country?
He's played in many internationals before. Southgate knows him, guy. He's a good player, and he's fit again now. So maybe it's a thing where he hasn't played a lot of football. A lot of people are moaning about players playing too much over the season. So some of these players who are just coming back have actually had quite a rest through the season. So it could work the other way, I guess.
Am I the only one who can only see the top of Gary's head at the moment?
Looks like a bald leg.
Sorry. I'm one of them white chocolate Maltesers.
All you can see was the 2 hands on his head like
that. Chad, wouldn't it?
What a donut. Just sorry, quickly then. People, just remember you can get involved in our shows. Just drop your comments on. We have had some questions through, but I'll do them on the Q&A. But if you make a comment, then we can bring them up now. But any questions fired at us, we've had one come through. Who's your dark horse to win the Euro? Well, let's do that in the Q&A. Stuart Higgins, always really good for a comment here. He's looking forward to it. Thinks it's, with the talent going to Germany in every nation, I guess he thinks it's going to be a cracking Euros. Southgate plays 2 holding players. Going to be interesting if Foden and Bellingham start with Foden has to play his natural position. Portugal is dark favourites. We'll come on to ours in Q&A. Millwall, Gary on. Hello, mate. You haven't been on for a while. Hope you're good, my friend.
Hello, girl.
What's that? Three commentators, 1 egg. Now, mate. Now. Oh, dear. I hope you're well, Gary. I really do. Good to see you back on for a while. Okay, guys. So what we do? Let's have a quick look at the Scottish squad. Okay, I'm not going to leave our friends out from across the Hadrian's Wall. So let's just have a little look at their squad. Any outstanding players in there that maybe could shine? Obviously, we'll see what they're like on Friday night against Germany. But they're not such a bad squad, are they?
I mean, they're a good. There's a team. They qualified well, beating Spain, didn't they?
Yeah.
Norway. They got McGinn, McTominay. The forward. Who's the forward? Does he play with Hearts? But I mean, they're going to struggle. Whatever we say, but they'll set up. Steve Clark's a good manager. He'll set them up well, backs against the wall and try and hit teams on a break. But it's going to be a tough tournament for them, I think.
Any players there that you think could shine in this tournament? I mean, if we said that about England, I guess everyone's going to say Bellingham, and a number of other maybe names could shine in there. Anyone in the Scottish squad for you guys could shine?
I quite like McGinn. Yeah, I quite like Aston Villa's McGinn.
The physio, maybe? Sorry.
Yeah, we're all looking very hard at that squad.
I can't read any of the names.
Sorry. Go on.
The squad is that small.
Yeah, sorry, I can't see it. Yeah, so it's Dan. That's your fault. You sent me that picture.
I've heard their physio's quite good, but other than that,
Scotland got a tough opening, haven't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They face Germany, who are at home. So Germany, I mean, look, the Germany pass always formidable. On home ground, you would immediately a few years ago gone. They got to be favourites. The Germans on their home territory. Would you say that about them now?
Yeah, but we all know the Germans can just switch on and switch off, but they always seem to switch on for the big tournaments.
Yeah.
So
Other than Brazil.
Yeah. But I mean, they're on home ground, aren't they? And like, they've got to be one of the favourites, surely, aren't they?
I think they're third favourites. Where was the World Cup in Germany? Is it
06?
06 was it? Or
Yeah.
But they was going through a stage of rebuilding, not a great team, but they went really well in the competition, and that was because they're at home. I think they're a bit of a dark horse, Germany.
Well, I was when I was thinking about the tournament, I was going to have them in the final because it's that old thing that you can't write off the Germans. But as I told you guys, I've wrote out how I think the tournament will end up, and surprisingly enough, I think they're going to get knocked out in the quarterfinals.
Right. Okay. Well, look, we're gonna do a Q&A, and in that Q&A, obviously we'll answer questions, and we can fire our own questions in there as well, and we'll all come out with who we feel are favourites. And Darren, you've done some work into this, so you can give us a rundown and a whole lot. But yeah, well, look, let's take the opportunity now to let's have a look at the groups and let's get your thoughts on that. So there we go. A, B, C, D, E, and F. So Group A: Germany, Scotland, Hungary, Switzerland.
You'd say Scotland would be hoping to come second. I mean, because I think it's the 3, or is it the 6 best played third teams? Because it's 3 can go through from some groups, don't they?
Now, what it is, Dan, it's obviously the top 2 plus 4 of the best third place teams.
Yeah. So Scotland have got a chance. Hungary are my dark horse to go quite far in it. They battered England, didn't they? Was it last season? 4-0 at home. They're a very good side, Hungary.
Dan, I know time goes quick, but blimey, that was good 2 or 3 seasons ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe two seasons ago. But they're a good side, Hungary, and Switzerland are a good European team, aren't they? So I think Scotland, that's their 2 main focuses, them two games. So they could come through third. You don't know, but I could just see Germany winning that group.
Nigel, any thoughts?
No, I'm a bit with Dan, to be honest. Like, I think you look at the groups and you see the obvious ones that you see going through to the later stages, and I mean, then like it's hard to choose who's going to get the other places. Portugal got to have a chance, haven't they?
Yeah.
What group's that? Sorry, we was looking at Group A, weren't we, at the time? Well, let's look at Group B: Spain, Croatia. Oh, that's a tough group, isn't it?
Bit of a group of death there.
Croatia, Italy. All right, Albania are probably going to be the whipping boys in that. But I mean, that's a tough group. 3 good sides there, really, isn't there?
Croatia beat. I know it was a friendly. They beat Portugal away the other night. You can't discount them. Modric is still strong.
They're a good footballing nation. They always perform well on that stage. So that's a good group. That.
Yeah.
Are Spain the side they used to be?
No,
they're not.
They've got Rodri, aren't they? But they're not. And Italy, I think they're quite a young team coming through, aren't they now? So that's some great games to watch in there, though. That's some good group games there.
Yeah, we'll come back to Group C because that's England's group in a bit. Let's get the others out of the way. Group D: Poland, Netherlands, Austria, and France. I mean, there's another tough group.
Yeah.
I mean, Stuart said that they made a comment about. This is an exciting tournament, and looking at some of these groups, he ain't wrong, is he? There's some exciting games there. France, Netherlands, that'd be a cracking game.
Yeah,
Netherlands are a good side. They've improved over the last few years as well.
Yeah, probably see France and Netherlands getting through that group. I don't think Poland are what they. I don't know if he's still playing. Is he Lewandowski?
He's still there. Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, Group E then: Belgium, Slovakia, Romania, Ukraine. That's probably one of the weaker groups, I think.
Yeah.
I think Belgium I guess would fancy Belgium on that one, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Who's their coach now, Belgium?
I'm not sure.
It was Roberto Martinez, wasn't it? But he went. He's can't think of his name. Someone to tell us.
Yeah, I just saw getting quite a few comments coming through. Let me just pick up on a couple, and then we'll look at Group F, and then come back to Group C. 2016 Germany lasted well in competition. Watford Woody said France or Belgium. Belgium, I don't know. And Anthony Lewis met Callie years ago in Tamworth. Was doing a spot of DJing. That's unusual to have Callie doing DJing in the George pub. We stopped off there after watching Cardiff somewhere up north. He hates Kevin Ratcliffe and gave him my Cardiff pin badge. Nigel, do you remember that?
Oh yeah. He wasn't my favourite player when I played for Watford. Put it that way, Ratcliffe. I thought he was a bit, but yeah, I remember that. So this pub in Tamworth, it was the busiest pub in Tamworth, but it was also the roughest pub in Tamworth. Like you were a brave person if you went in there. You was from out of town, but it was good there. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was playing for Villa at the time. It was only me and Butler, the goalkeeper. We were the only two that lived in Tamworth. Everybody else was living in Sutton Coldfield. So they were obviously on better wages than me and Butler.
Oh, that's quality. That's quality. Okay, let's quickly jump back to group. The group again. Let's just the last one, Group F: Turkey, Georgia, Portugal, Czech Republic. Again, I guess we'd favour Portugal in that group, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you got to win, yeah.
Yeah, Portugal and Czech Republic, and I reckon Turkey will be one of the best third place finishes because Georgia ain't really much, are they? So I expect Turkey to beat them, and they might get a draw off the Czech Republic. You never know. So yeah, that's how I think that group's going to go.
Turkey are not a bad side, but they was sort of tipped to be the dark horses in the last tournament, and they bombed out terribly, didn't they? I don't think they won a game. But nipping back to Group E, Belgium. I've got some good players. Got Lukaku, Trossard, Carrasco, Jeremy Doku, the Man City forward, and obviously Kevin De Bruyne. Are they really Tillemans? Even though Belgium, but they always flattered to see Belgium, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, Belgium remind me a little bit of the England gold. Remember the golden generation of England that was. Yeah. The Belgium remind me of them. They've got the quality, they've got the players, but they're not. They just don't seem to do it, do they?
No, defence is aging as well a bit, isn't it, for Tongan? He's getting on now, isn't he?
And no Courtois in goal either. They left the squad,
surprise.
Yeah.
Big surprise.
Let's just have a quick run through what some of the others are saying. So I've got Watford would Germany to win that group. Group A, Switzerland. Stuart says Switzerland Group A. Croatia to win the group. Is another one. Group B, Italy. France in their group. Belgium. I think we all. Stuart, Ukraine. That's an interesting Ukraine.
I think they'll get runners up in that group. I do.
Darren, you've done a lot of work on it. A few more, then give me, because you've done a load of work on this, so give us a bit of a rundown. But let me just finish off on what comment. Oh, no, Czech Republic. There's someone saying Czech Republic, Portugal. Go on, Darren. Give us some
well, obviously, it's all guesswork.
Yeah, of course.
So, Group A, I've gone for Germany to win it, and Hungary as runners up. I think it was Dan was mentioning that Hungary, could be dark horses. I agree. Group B, Spain and Croatia, but Italy will be a third best placed team. Group C, England and Denmark. Group D, France and Netherlands. Group E, Belgium and Ukraine. And Group F, Portugal, Czech Republic. There you go. That's
you can say. Well, what we do, we'll come back to that in a couple of weeks.
2 weeks time,
and then we'll analyse what you think the next stage is. Then I guess.
Well, I've got that all wrote down as well.
Yeah, good.
Can I just say before I forget, mate? We're running a competition. It's free to enter. it's all on our website. You just join, you sign up, you join, and you predict every score as the tournament's going on, and you get points for your things. There's a league table. It's about 4 people at the minute. So it's great if everyone jumps on that, and we can all sort of we all think we know what we're talking about, don't we? But this will really sort out who knows what they're talking about. So it's really easy to follow.
That's why I ain't done it, mate, because I ain't got a clue what I'm talking about.
But it's really easy to follow. It's a really good app. It's a free downloaded app. It's all on our website, www.properfootball.co.uk. But you'll find it on there, Euro 24 prediction competition. And you can just pick all the single results in every game as they go along. So you can update all the time. So, yeah, everyone jump on it. There's no prizes, just the bragging rights of knowing what you're talking about.
Right. So one of the things, people, that we're going to be looking to do, which I'm hoping you'll all buy into this. So we are going to be, firstly, we're going to be running through the whole of the Euro campaign. We're going to be running on the Sundays, but we're also going to be running 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night. We're going to try and get some good guests on board. We're working on that now. We've got a couple of cracking guests lined up as well, ex-pros, England as well. So, yeah, we're working on that. And they're going to come and join us. And, you'll get... you'll get punditry from people who ain't got a clue what they're on about, other than Nigel. No pro footballers here, bar one. The rest of us are what we are. Ryan Williams, I'm a good guest. Well, get in touch with us, mate. And who was the lad we had on last week? So I'm going to get him back on. He was really good, actually. I was impressed with him last week.
Was it Luke?
Stuart Higgins, link, please.
Yeah, there's a link to the website rolling across the bottom.
Sorry, Stuart. Yeah, look along there. Yeah.
www.properfootball.uk, and you'll find you're easy to find.
I think it was Adam, by the way.
Adam, that was it.
Adam, yeah, cool. And we will get Adam on during the course of the Euros as well, because I thought it was great.
Luke to his mates.
A younger man who maybe thinks slightly differently to what we do. No, they do, though. I think the younger, I'll be honest, after last week, the younger generation, because he was all for VAR. Oh, by the way, folks, the VAR vote obviously went against it 19-1. Wolverhampton Wanderers, who quite rightly brought it up for discussion and to analyse it. I was all for what they said. Obviously, they put it to the vote, and everyone voted they wanted to keep it. So next time, any Premier League club, other than Wolves, they're allowed to moan about it, moan about VAR. Just tell them to do one. Dave's on. Is that big or little brother, Dan?
They're all big. They're all bigger. Well,
you're the baby, are you?
I'm the baby, yeah. I was a mistake.
Yeah, well, Dave thinks Palace will win it. I'm sorry. Look, West Ham got the bragging rights over the World Cup in '66. So Palace could very well get the bragging rights if successful. Ryan, get in touch with us, mate. If you think you're going to be, you can add to this. We'll have you on. No problem. I think Stuart wants to come on as well. So we'll get a few of you on during the Euros. Just drop us a line so we can get in touch, yeah? Okay. So, look, one of the things we are going to do really differently is we're going to do, and this great idea from Dan, we're going to do a watch-along. I think other platforms do it. So watch-along. So what's going to happen is we're going to pick a couple of games. Obviously, we'll aim for England, maybe Scotland, and maybe a neutral game. I don't know. But so we'll be coming on air. And I think we're going to look at doing it for the first England game next weekend. We will be on air doing this, but we'll be watching the game. So we're not going to do a normal show. We'll be watching the game and we will just talk as if we're in the boozer. So if you're not out in the pub next week for the England game, and you want to be amongst it and involved in it and get in with the chat, then join us next week. Probably going to start about 7:30. Game kicks off at 8. And we'll have some fun. We can have a beer if that's what we want to do. And we'll enjoy watching the game together. And that's the whole idea of a watch along, folks. And again, you all can join in via the comments. So you can have us on the phone, watch game on the telly, because that's what we're going to predominantly be doing, either on our laptops, phones, or whatever we use, watching games. So that's watch along next Sunday, 7:30. Join us then. And then, like I say, we'll be on the Wednesday at 7 o'clock. And we will endeavour to have different people on with us each time we go live. All right, so keep an eye out for that. I tell you, let's deep breath, then we go to a Q&A, and then we can talk about who we think is going to win. And Pete will throw questions at us. But before we do that, should we have a bit of fun? Let's lighten the mood. Right, okay, so this is a bit controversial, but I've got to show it. So, right, okay, you may notice, Darren, is that the England captain doing her hair just as the goal? She's about to take the shot, and that was a goal, wasn't it, mate?
Yes. So the ball was crossed from the right-hand side, as you can see. The England captain, nearest to the goalkeeper, is putting her bun back in or doing her hair. Ball went back to the far post. Quick little scramble and a goal. But obviously the main point is that that's a dangerous attack. France have got a lot of people forward and the lady's doing her hair. Interesting.
They get the old mirror out, do the old lippy just before the corner's taken. Sorry, I know we're going to get in trouble with it, aren't we? All right, let's quickly get off this. Okay, what's coming up here? Right, okay, what one's this? Oh, look, I'm going to give us a great goal here. Now, we all love to see a great goal in the Premier League and everything else, yeah? Now, this looks like Sunday League. Nigel, you can give your professional opinion on this as well. Look at this goal.
Yes, Marcus!
Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Oh my God!
What a goal!
Yeah, that's a hell of a strike, isn't it?
That's interesting. Sunday League, isn't it? I mean, it's certainly very, very low down the pyramid, isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, it'd be interesting to know what level he's playing at, but it's skilled. Great finish, mate. Great finish.
Yeah. I love the noise of it, hitting the ball. That noise, that.
Sweet.
Okay.
Well, great goal in any level, that one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, isn't it just? Right, here we go. Now, this is... well, I'll let you watch it.
That's quality, isn't it?
The thing is, right, and the next clip is worse for us. What we see on here is only part of the picture. When people are watching, they'll see a much bigger picture. And what we couldn't see on here was the bump on his head, mate. Oh, everyone else would have seen it. But anyway, now the next one, again, I've already sort of, Dan and Nigel noticed, the next one, we're not seeing the full picture. So we can't see it. So when you watch this video, folks, you've got to envisage Little Britain, okay? Just think Little Britain.
Come on, Andy, big kid. You fat bastard! Come on!
Yeah, no.
Darren, what you did, it's not as good for us. Hopefully, everyone at home got a really good view of that. So they're obviously pretending to be the Little Britain characters. So he gets out his wheelchair, which we couldn't see, but he gets out his wheelchair over the fence with the other fella who was showing off his arse crack, and they both run out just before a typical Little Britain type of thing, because it's just before the guy was going to take the goal kick. And then he's crossed it over to him and he's scored, and then he gets back in his wheelchair.
The game was actually going on. I'm not sure what non-league ground.
That's what I mean. It's like,
a couple of years ago. Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah, I mean, you've got to have a bit of fun, haven't you? You've got to have a bit of fun. Okay. Let's...
have you seen the squad numbers, girl?
Sorry?
The England squad numbers. I don't know if I'll send you that picture. So you could sort of take the thought that would be his starting lineup. I know that ain't always the way, Southgate.
I didn't upload it, mate.
No, but he's Trent Alexander's number. I forget, but he's like one of the 1 to 11. So the big room, everyone feels he might start him somewhere. But Hopefully, he's not in defence, because I don't think he can defend very well. Trent, can he?
Yeah, he can't, Dan. Yeah, he can't defend very well, can he?
I've seen too many examples where he's ball watching. He can't defend. So, but he can pass the ball. Brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic going forward, but can't defend.
No.
Okay, let's go to Q&A. So, folks, look, come fire us in some questions, whatever you want to ask, even if it ain't about England, fire away. Anything you want us to talk about, debate, ask the question. We've already had one come up. Let me just switch over to our Q&A mode. Here we go. Got to find that one. First question, gentlemen. Sorry, I forgot the chap's name who does the girls.
Tony,
innit? Yeah. Okay. So the first question comes from Tony. If I can find it. Here we go. First question. Okay. So who is the dark horse to win the Euros? Guys, go for it. Dark horse now. We don't want the favourite. We want what you believe is the dark. Darren, go on. You've done
Portugal.
so. Sorry?
Portugal.
Dark horse.
Yeah, Portugal.
Okay. Dan?
I think Hungary will go far. I don't think they're going to win it, but they're going to go far.
So Hungary's your dark horse. Portugal is yours. Nigel?
I sort of think Croatia, really. I think they'll do well again.
Yeah, Croatia. And mine is England. I think they're a dark horse.
Can't really argue with that.
England's my dark horse. I think it's better to do that because there's always been too much bloody expectation. You know what I mean? We ain't going to win it. So my dark horse. There you go. Right.
We all want England to win, but we all don't want them to win because if they win, we've got to put up with Southgate for another 4 years.
You know what? Will we? I think he'll go Man United.
Yeah. I think this the squad he's picked is out of it is not. I was surprised at what he picked. So I think this is his last hurrah, and he said he's not going to play out, show his cards and his friends what he's going to do. So I think he might surprise us with his starting lineup with Trent in there, if he plays him in the midfield. So I think he's going to go. I think he's going to go for it like he hasn't done before. I mean, he probably won't, but I really hope he does because I think he's definitely going to go.
I think this is whatever the outcome is his last game.
Yeah, I think so.
He will be gone, and I got a feeling he will. I mean, they'll give him a big. I can't see him being a good club manager. He never proved himself at all when he was.
No, Neil Warnock listened to him the other day. He's obviously knows his onions, doesn't he? And he said he's actually a good fit for an international job. But he said as a club manager, no, he's not. He's always proven, isn't it? He couldn't do it. I don't think he could do it as an international coach, but I just think he's going to go for it. We're going to see some surprises how he's set up.
I hope that he sets a side up to go for blood. You know, in the previous tournaments, we've gone 1-0 up loads of times against good sides, and then we tried to defend the lead. So, you know, I hope that if we're doing well, we go 1-0 up and 2-0 up. You know, keep going for the goals. Let's really go for blood. But up till now, all he's done is we've taken the lead, we're looking good. Then we sit back, we try and defend the lead, and before you know it, they're on top of us and we've lost the game. Yeah. That's the one thing I hope that we do.
It's an interesting point brought up there by Michael Daniels. If he was going to go for it, he would have took Grealish.
That's a fair point. I mean, we've got a lot of people in them areas already, and I just hope he plays players in their positions. And if that means dropping Cole Palmer or playing Foden instead, I think he's got to do that. But I think he likes the 4-2-1-3, didn't he? Or 4-2-3-1.
He's got to play after the season he's had and being named player of the season. He's got to be the first person on your team sheet. And Bellingham. We've got two of the best players probably in the world at the moment.
What about Foden though, Nigel? Where would you? It's just fitting them all in, isn't it?
Yeah, but you play Foden where his best position is. Yeah, them two are your star players, so you don't play them around the team. You put them in the positions that they're playing well for the clubs and that are doing well and have won awards for it. Like that's where you play them, and then you put your team in around them.
Yeah, but Cole Palmer Foden and Bellingham's all best position is that in the middle behind the forward, isn't it? So he's got to try and I would have them all three close together and use the wing and have five at the back with the wing backs creating the width and have them all playing around Kane. But
I don't see Palmer as a first team player yet, me.
No.
It'll be my starting 11. I think there's better players in that squad. Obviously Harry Kane's going to be up front, but I said like you've got to play Bellingham in his best position. You've got to play Foden in his best position, and then you pick your team around them.
Yeah, Saka maybe on the right, but this would be controversial. But I actually think and I ain't being biased at all. I would start Walton because I know Darren said it. You haven't seen much of him, but he's been outstanding, and all the Blackburn fans before he cut the Palace said the same. And he's just a brilliant player. He's like something that was in Spain in that great side. I might say I'm overdoing it, but he's a fantastic forward. He's always getting the ball, looking forward, short, long passing. He can tackle. He's disciplined, stays in that role. He's a fantastic player. He really is. He'll be in England for a long time. And I would start him with Rice as that pivot.
If he's a fantastic player, he won't be at Palace very long. Then,
no, he won't. They're all going to go. But he is a fantastic. He's the best midfielder I've seen at Palace since all the years I've been going, without a shadow of a doubt. Just
obviously bringing up. Keep the comments coming in, people, because this is our Q&A. Anything you want to, I'll bring it up, and we can. It leads to discussion, and that's you guys getting involved. So keep firing in, please. If England have a chance, they need to adapt one holding player, not two. Adapt. Yeah.
I think it's going to be different games though as well. You're going to play different styles and different people in positions. I think that will happen because you're going to have Serbia. Our group games are going to be. They're going to sit behind the ball like Iceland did, nits on the break. But then when you develop into the tournament and play better teams, that's when Southgate's got to be able to. It'll be different people playing, won't it? So that's what worries me about Southgate.
We're changing our system, our tactics to play other teams. They should be changing theirs to play us. You know, we've got a team with the amount of talent we've got in this squad at the moment, it's unbelievable. So we shouldn't even be worrying about other countries. Let them worry about us. You know, set your best team out.
Yeah, that's a good point, mate.
Put your best players in the best positions, and let's see how we go from there. I mean, let the other teams worry about us.
You don't see France or Brazil over the years change their style, do they?
No,
you know what you're going to get, didn't you?
They play the strengths.
Yeah. I think he doesn't play. He plays to our weak because we're worried about defence. He has the two pivots, doesn't he? Instead of just playing for our strengths, which is our forward players, isn't it?
Well, it was the old bit about Gerrard and Lampard couldn't play together. You know, the two of them were two of the best players in the game at the time. You know, so why can't they both play together? Was that the assumption, or did he just not want to play them two together? You can't say Foden and all that. Like, you know, is Foden going to play there, or is he going to play it up for the system? So
just by talking about Lampard and Gerrard, despite all our speculation who's going to play what, I can't help thinking over the years that when the going gets tough, the England shirt has got a bit heavy for star players. They've not turned up, they've not performed, and this is why, despite all our attacking abundance this year, I'm yet to be convinced that they're going to flourish. I think yet again the English mentality, the shirt will be too heavy for some of the players. They'll be subdued. They won't show their club form, and then obviously Southgate will get quite a lot of stick, even though it wouldn't automatically necessarily be his fault.
That's the press feed there, isn't it?
But
the media, that is who do that.
I was going to say, is that due to the weight of expectation that you feel? But do you not think that the weight of expectation isn't anywhere near the heaviness it was maybe 10, 20 years ago? I mean, you drive around the streets.
I think it is just as heavy.
Every house flying a flag? No. I mean, look, you know, the countries go, I mean, it will go potty. Everyone will go out, get bladdered and do, you know. But, I mean, look, years ago, you couldn't drive for 5 minutes without England flags everywhere. I don't know if we have got that level of expectation anymore.
I do. I just think it's a cultural shift. That you're right about the flags. You don't, they're not flown anymore. I certainly haven't flown mine since the last. That's it. I remember the last time I flew my flag was the second round against Germany in the South Africa World Cup.
No. That's the last time I had mine up, mate.
Yeah, when
and
it
it got ripped
3-1,
down in disgust.
It's not been up since.
Hey, I'm exactly the same. I was thinking, I got, oh, mate. I think I let I give my flag. I had a massive England flag, and I had it all dragged, and it was nearly half the size of my bloody house. And in the end, I let the local pub have it to put up. But the last time I flew it on me, like had it all draped over the house, was that Germany game, in South Africa. I mean, that was an appalling World Cup, and I took it down, disgrace, and never put it up again. But I don't know. I mean, is it?
The players don't see all that, do they? Well, maybe they got social media, but they're in like their camp, aren't they? I know they're not going to see people's flags everywhere. They're in Germany, aren't they? They're not going to see. Yeah. I think it's the media who they just jumped on the other day. They jumped on Saka, didn't I? know it's been talked about a day. He was like the main face and all the pictures.
Yeah.
And that's like another debate, which was totally agree with everyone saying it was out of order because he only come on for a bit at the end. They did sort of pick on him, but they do the media, that pressure from the media. But I think these players nowadays, with the Premier League so big, they can handle pressure. These players, they play for massive clubs, don't they? I think.
Sorry. I don't know if you look.
Just quickly,
that's my garden. Look.
Oh, he's got an England flag.
It's a St George's cross. It's up all the time. So there we are.
Yeah, that Saka thing, Dan.
I'm going to get called a racist by everyone now, aren't I?
I hope it's a coincidence, nothing to do with race, because obviously the pun was about plane, and it was a picture of a paper aeroplane, and the image looked like Saka was throwing it. I hope it was just a coincidence that the editor, that was the only photo they could find of a player going like that.
Yeah, oh, right, I didn't see that bit, yeah.
Yeah, if you have
didn't Ian Wright kick up about that or something?
A lot of people have, loads of people have.
I think I've seen it. What's the complaint about the picture?
They're just saying it's because it's Saka and a man who's got a lot of stick, and they seem to pick on the black players, but all the papers did it. I mean, when you look at it, it does feel like that because Saka wasn't anything to do with it. I think Darren's right because he had the aeroplane in his hand. But I just think the media as a whole have always been one of our biggest issues with it. They turn on you, don't they? Look at what they've done to all the past managers, and I don't know. But I think the players are just well treading stuff like that now, and I think they're more media trained as well, aren't they? They just got to switch off from all that and focus on what they're doing, and. I don't think it shouldn't be heavy wearing an England shirt, but obviously the pressure. But that's the same for every country who's playing. They're playing for your country, aren't you? It's the top of your game. You should be able to handle that stuff.
Tournament, Dan, that the shirt's heavy. Every single tournament I can think of, just when you start building up a bit of hope and expectation, they flatter to deceive.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's the mentality, isn't it? I don't know.
I know for a fact that, sort of, there's every player that's played professional wants to win a game, but you have got to have the right players with the right temperament when you go into these big, the World Cups and the Euros and stuff like that. So there will be, not every one of them 26 players, if they get a chance, will have a good game. There'll be a few that might, the occasion's got to them, but I honestly, I know we saw it in Southgate a little bit, and people sort of didn't like the friendly match that we lost. But I personally think this squad of players that we've had to pick from. I mean, there's even better players that haven't gone over there. Squad of players that we've got to go to Germany with is possibly the best squad of players. If they're all at the top of the game, we've got every chance of winning the Euros.
What of attacking players, Kelly? Just attacking players.
Well, the defensive situation, I think it's been forced upon us a little bit. We've had to pick them players, haven't we? So there's still a question mark over Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's going to be pivotal in that team. Where so we need him in it. It's just injuries have forced him to pick up them defenders. But I still think even with the defending side of the game being a dodgy part for England, I think midfield and up front, we're up there with the best.
Mm.
I mean, you've got Bellingham coming back in the side. They're on about him winning a Ballon d'Or one day. You've got Foden, he's still young and he's winning things. We've got great young players coming through. So I'll still be betting on England.
I think on paper England got a package. I think it's all going to come down to game tactics from Southgate, as it always has done. Hopefully, as we've said in this show, that he wants to go out with a bang. There's no two ways about it. Hopefully, that will push him to be a bit more on the front foot. Hopefully, guys. Question: by the way, let me just explain to people who are watching. Wow, we've got quite a few on at the moment. So I was going to wrap the show up in a little while, but I think we'll keep it going a little longer. There's so many people watching. Get your questions in, lads. Come on. Keep us on live for a little longer. Right. Okay. Girls go ground hopping. Let me explain. The gentleman's name's Tony. He does ground hopping. Check out his videos. Darren knows him very well. Because Darren does his ground hopping as well, and he takes his two little girls with him. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's really
happy birthday to one of his daughters. I think it's Freya. It was birthday the same day as mine yesterday. So,
yeah. By the way, everybody, Dan's birthday yesterday.
Yeah. You forgot, Gary, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I never wished him happy birthday.
Yeah, Nigel and Darren did.
But yeah, Dan was 21 again yesterday.
Stone.
For about the 50th time, or was it 51 times? So, right, question, and we're getting more. Charlie Cheese coming. Paul's coming. Joe's coming. Let's keep us live, guys. Keep us live. If you want to keep us live, you need to bang questions in. Should friendly games be played behind closed doors, not on TV before tournaments? Good question.
Mm. Yeah.
Really good question, because let's face it, that friendly the other day, all it's caused, one, what a waste of money for the fans to go and watch a crap game like that. But also, it's just caused upset, anger. It's a bloody good
It fills the FA's pockets, though, doesn't it? I mean, they're not going to do that. They want to make as much money as they can. But they'll be playing friendlies against 11-11 against each other, won't they? Behind the scenes in the training camp, maybe they will have a friendly against someone. You don't know, but that's a good point, though.
When I was at Derby, I was out for about 6-7 weeks with a hamstring injury. And Arthur calls me over on a Wednesday and he says, we've arranged a game against Gressy Rovers behind closed doors. He says, if you come through that, you play Saturday. So that was like, yeah, it was a game behind closed doors. I think it's a good idea, but it's never going to happen, like you say, because of the media wanting to make money out of these games. Everything involves money now. No sensible decisions mean anything. It all depends on the money side of things now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Point.
But it's a good question.
Quickly, I weren't the only one who forgot your birthday. Greg, who, by the way, Greg, he's been on the show a few times, but Greg does an amazing job with Dan on the social media pages. Part of the team. He just, you look at your WhatsApp, Dan.
Oh, man.
Was it your birthday yesterday? So, yeah, you just need to be a bit louder, really.
I'm not celebrating now.
Right, look at this one, chaps. So this comes from Joe. Thank you, Joe Reynolds. Bellingham's nursing a shoulder injury. Hopefully he lasts. That's an interesting one and a worrying one, is it not? He's waiting for an op. Is that not worrying for England?
Yeah.
Potentially could be the star man, couldn't he?
Oh, he's our main player. But again, I think we've got enough players up there who can do a job even without Bellingham. I mean, you need him fit, and shoulder injuries can be like, who was it? Brian Robson used to suffer with him back in the day, Nigel, didn't he? A lot. He used to pop his shoulder. I think he did in the World Cup, didn't he?
Yeah. Who was it who went off in
Morocco? That's right.
In Mexico. Was it Ray Wilkins? He went off, didn't he? Popped his shoulder. Yeah. It was, wasn't it? Wilkins, wasn't it? Yeah.
He got sent off, didn't he? Wilkins, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds to me, I don't think the shoulder injury is going to stop him playing. I think it's the fact that if he gets clouted and ends up landing on it, that could be a problem. Because if he's going to have the operation after the tournament, it's not obviously not that serious.
Mm.
I can't see him. I can't see him playing him if the operation was that serious. Probably something he can get done, keyhole, something like that. I don't know.
Mm.
But yeah, he's just got to avoid major contact and landing awkwardly on it. But he's definitely key. He's a key player.
He's vital, isn't he?
Gal, talking of friendlies, Gal, I saw something the other day on Facebook, I think, and it was 1988 when the Euros were in Holland, weren't they? And England's last warm-up game was against Aylesbury.
Aylesbury United, I remember that. Yeah,
and it was. They told the Aylesbury players not to tackle them and stuff. I think there was players. It was already flow back to playing it, and I think there was. I think it was 9 or 8 or 9-0.
It was 8-0.
8-0, and obviously didn't do us any favours because we're not going to lose every single game.
It was 8-0, and that ground now is just an overgrown wreck. The ground's still there. The team plays somewhere else.
Oh, did they? Oh,
and
right.
Aylesbury United have dropped right down the leagues. They're not the side they were. And Darren mentioned it in one of the previous shows. He remembers them. Didn't they beat you, Darren, in the cup?
No, we beat them.
No, you beat them.
They got drawn at them, and it got switched to Loftus Road.
That's right. Didn't they do some?
I've got to say quickly, I've got a brilliant story from that England-Aylesbury game. It can wait another time, but...
No, go on.
Huh?
Go on then.
Okay, yeah. Well, the guy used to play for Aylesbury at that time, but he was injured, okay? So he turned up at the ground, like as a bystander, and the England team came in, and, they filed past, you got your Butchers, your Shiltons, that. Neil Webb comes past him, and he looks at my mate, and he's like, I know you, don't I? He was like, that's right, it's Steve. We used to be at Reading as youth players. And he's like, oh, great. And he said, do you fancy having a meet up after the game? And Neil Webb said, no, we've got to go straight back to Bisham Abbey. So left it at that. It was a roll-on, roll-off kind of game. Neil Webb got substituted. Steve was having a chat with him, and just tongue-in-cheek, he asked him, should I come round to meet my missus? I live 5 minutes away.
Oh, yeah.
So Neil Webb asked Bobby Robson. Bobby was a bit dubious, but he said, as long as you're back in 15 minutes off you go.
Hey, mate, I've been offered to go and see his missus. Yeah. I'm on my way.
Yeah, so he went round the corner, up this place called Elmfields at the top of it, knocked on the door. No, he opened the door. He called his missus, said, I've got someone to see you. So she came to the door. She was gobsmacked because Neil Webb was always a secret football crush. My mate had never told his missus that he knew Neil Webb. So she was like, Neil Webb, was at the door. His missus was like, oh, my God. He went in and had a quick, signed a few things. And then they both walked back to the ground before the end of the match.
Just went in and had a quick what? Signed a few. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Autographs.
Mate, I've heard about these.
Yeah.
I've heard about these.
I asked him. He goes,
hey, Nigel. Yeah.
I bet he's postman. He's a postman now.
Didn't you play with Neil Webb in the under-21s?
Yeah. I'm not sure it's under 21s, but I've definitely played against Neil Webb. I've actually got I've done Tales of the Vic down at Watford, and I was on with the 3 other players, and they put a picture above your head, big one, massive one, of you in action as a Watford player. And the one that he said to me, said, would you like a picture? I said, well, I wouldn't get it in my car. And he said, no, we'll deliver it for you. And it was Watford versus Forest, and you can see Neil Webb in the background. So there's me on the ball, Neil Webb in the background.
Oh, you've got that up in your hallway, ain't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it, and yeah. Charlie Chee there, my friend from Scotland. He should be like Scotland. They're only there for the party. Charlie, what do you think your chances are? Let us know, my old China, because we are going to wrap the show up very shortly. But let us know. We did talk about Scotland a little bit earlier. I think you've got a difficult game on Friday, but we do believe it's the other 2 sides you need to get your results from. But we do think they have got a chance going through to the next round, haven't we? Is that fair, Darren? We all said that, didn't we?
Their fans always brighten up a tournament and all, don't they? The Tartan Army always...
Oh, they do. I mean, they'll be out there in the kilts with the pipes. And I mean, I've been doing... the last Euros, I was out for the boring 0-0 joy. Was it against Slovenia or whatever? Out in St Etienne. And mate, you'd be surprised how many, because they weren't playing. There was quite a few people in their kilts out there with England.
Really?
So I was quite surprised. I see a few. But yeah, they do. They bring something different to a tournament. The fans in Scotland, without a doubt. People, have you got any more questions you would like asking? Have you got any more discussion points you would like to throw at us?
Somebody's dark horse with Switzerland.
Say again, Nigel.
Earlier on, somebody's dark horse was Switzerland, and obviously they're in the same group as Germany and Scotland. So, you know, do you think it's going to be Germany and Scotland going through? But if somebody says, I mean, I'm not really paid any attention to the Swiss side, but
Granit Xhaka, isn't he? Does he play for the Swiss, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I mean,
brilliant player. He's got a better back.
Scotland.
No.
It's a bit of a flick up, isn't it? Really. Then you got Hungary in there. I mean, nobody seems to be mentioning them either. I think the only one you'd expected really to be a certainty is Germany, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Charlie, if you're still watching, out of interest, we're going to be doing, Peter, and I'll say it again now. I don't know if earlier, we're going to be not only on a Sunday all the way through the Euros, we're also going to be at Wednesday at 7 o'clock as well. Doesn't clash with games. Bit of a prelude to maybe the 8 o'clock game, whatever it is. So Wednesdays through the tournament and Sundays, but also we're going to start next Sunday, by the way, by doing a watch along. So for all you guys and girls who are not in the boozer watching England next Sunday, and you're at home, you can join us just literally on your phone, computer, whatever. But you know, with the telly, we'll have our tellies on. We'll be in our living rooms, whatever. But we'll be on here, and we're just going to watch the game with you guys, and we can talk and we can analyse as we do as if you're in the pub. So, if you're at home and you're feeling, I want to be with everyone else, get the beers out the fridge, get the phone and the computer on, get your big telly on. We're going to have a little party here. Okay, so join us next week if you're not out and about in the boozers. It will be fun. And we're going to do a few of them, I think, randomly. We'll try and get some done. Charlie, if you fancy doing a Scotland game with me on that, let me know. That would be fun. Happy to do it. Anyone want to do a Scottish one? Come on, let us know. If you want to do some random games, I'll happily do watch-alongs with you. Tony, there you go. Why not? Join us next. Charlie's up for Scotland. Right, Charlie, we've got to get in touch. Any other Scots out there would like to come?
Only if he wears a kilt.
Sorry?
Only if he wears a kilt.
Yeah, Charlie, got to wear a kilt, my son.
And you, Gary.
Hey?
And you.
And me, I ain't got one. I can wear one of the missus's skirts.
I might give that one a miss.
No, we are going to do them. We've got some great guests lined up as well. We've got a few guys who are constantly on the shows that want to come on. Yeah, let's get them on. It's going to be a fun. Let's make this fun time. Let's make Euros fun. And if you're not out at the pub, come join us. You'll be part of it, and we'll have a big party online. So Tony will be in touch. I think Stuart. And there was someone else, wasn't there? I'll have a look back through. Charlie, talk to me. If you want to come on with a mate or something, we'll do a Scottish one. It'll be fun. Why not? Friday night if you want.
That shirt up on your shoulder, Dan.
Yeah.
England shirt, the white one.
Yeah.
What's that? Sorry.
That's the England shirt I wore when we won the under-21 UEFA final.
Oh, what, Dan?
That's like 81, 82, isn't it? When was that, Nigel? 81, 82?
84, 85. Yeah, I think it's 84.
I'll tell you what I've got for Sunday, we'll be obviously doing a watch-along. And mate, I don't know, does anyone want to do the opener? Charlie, I don't know, you'll be at the pub, though. I know what you jocks are like. You ain't going to want to sit at home. If you're sat at home with beers and you've got a mate with you, come on, let's do it Friday night. Let's do the opener. I'm sure you guys might want to join as well. But anyway, we'll get in touch with all those who want to come and join our watch-along parties. And I've got a great picture of the under-21 squad that you're in, Nigel. And we'll have that up for the next show, which will be Wednesday week, I suppose. We'll pop that up, and you can, because there's some bloody names in that squad that you were in, weren't there?
Yeah.
So I've got a nice picture of that squad, mate. So we'll bring that in to the show. Not Sunday, because we're going to do the watch along, but I'll do that on the Wednesday. So a week Wednesday, we will start our coverage of the Euro 24 and the watch along. So just keep watching, everyone. All on our Facebook, all on our platforms, our website. Let's get back to normal now and quickly pop the website up again if you need to see that. For all the information, you'll always be informed anyway. If you follow us, you'll get a text or whatever to say that we're doing it, but we'll always put it up on all the platforms anyway. So keep an eye out for that. Let's make the Euros fun, even if you're not going to get up the boozer. I've got my ciders in, ready to rock and roll. We're away. Yeah,
I'm happy. I'm in Ibiza on Sunday night, but I'm happy to. I'm happy to come on live.
I'm going to stop you there because we're going to get Dan on live, right? Are we going to be able to do that, all right? It ain't going to cost us any money, though, is it?
No, it might cost me.
Hey?
Oh, yeah, no, that'd be fine. There's 29 of us out there, so it could be a bit.
Dan's out with a rather large group in Ibiza for the football. So he's going to join us Sunday live from Ibiza. We're going to see what the party atmosphere is going down in Ibiza. And then we're going to watch the game and have a bit of fun, and Dan can pop in and out, actually. But I don't want to come off, guys. I think, look, we've got quite a lot of people on board here. So any more questions, and then we're going to have to go, though, folks. I want to keep us on.
I've got a question for you guys, actually.
All right, go on.
All England fans, can you remember the first England tournament game that you watched live on TV? Mine was Europa 80 against Belgium, and it was the tear gas one. That's the first one.
Oh, my, I remember that, yeah. That was where it all kicked off, wasn't it?
Yeah. First game I watched England in a tournament live on telly, yeah, that one.
Wow.
My first memory is the Brian Robson goal against France after about 17 seconds. Was that 82?
Yeah.
82, yeah.
I was 8 then.
Didn't want the emblem, the bulldog in the England top, wasn't it?
That's right. It was that kid.
One you had. Yeah, yeah. I remember the big banner with the England fans at that time.
Yeah. We did that tournament. We never lost a game, and we went out, didn't we? Because it was some weird groups, 3-2 group stages.
Didn't we do that in Sweden as well? We didn't lose a game in Sweden either, did we?
We lost to Sweden, didn't we? Their last game. 2-1. 92, yeah.
Graham Taylor's not so finest hour, really. Took some stick, bless him. But yeah, Ian Hills, evening guys. Sorry, we're late appearance. Just at Scotland flags everywhere. So yeah, they're obviously celebrating heavy up there. I've not seen it here. Have you seen it? I'm out and about tomorrow. Maybe during the week we'll start seeing it.
Yeah, we'll start picking up.
You know. Darren, are you doing pre-season friendly games? Darren, you're being asked. Are you going to be ground up in pre-season?
I hope to. Yeah. There's a couple of little plans there, but yeah, I hope so. I'm desperate to get back to live football.
I've just got to say as well, Colville. We obviously spoke last week. Colville resigned out of Southern League, and they've now gone down and reapplied into. Have they gone into the United Counties League? Is that what I've heard? Is that right? Have they gone into United Counties League?
Yeah, they've appointed a new manager, Brown. I happened to interview him when he was a manager at Lutterworth Athletic last season. So quite a funny story about that. I had a couple of my mates with me, and they know that I like my food. So before we interviewed him, his name's Ash Brown, but I couldn't get out of my head Hash Brown, right? I interviewed him, and then I was like, mate, can we do it again? Because I'm sure that I called you Hash Brown. So we did it again. The interview wasn't good. So we decided to use the first one. And luckily, I didn't actually call him Hash Brown. Hash Brown.
Oh, dear.
Did you bite the top of his head?
Yeah, he was a good guy actually. I liked him.
Yeah.
Just So just saying there, Bulldog Bobby. That was the emblem for '82. Yeah, Bulldog. Great. Never had
Graham Taylor. Never had the players. GT.
GT never had the players. Yeah. What's that, Darren? Are you doing? Right, I think I've covered them all off now. Listen, people. Wow, there's just more and more people coming on here, guys. We can get involved here, but we are at the end of our show. So if we go on all night, otherwise,
keep them wanting more, Gaz. Keep them wanting more.
Nigel, did you ever get close to to a major tournament for England or an England call up for the first team?
Who did I?
Yeah.
No, I got an England B cap.
Yeah.
Never quite made the England full squad.
Who was the rivals you had? Was it Trevor Stephen back then, or was you?
I was in the shadow squad to go to South America. So if anybody dropped out, I'd have been in it. But when we played Everton in the cup final, Trevor Stephen had a really good final, and he sort of leapfrogged me in the positions, and he got taken to South America.
Yeah.
So
Good player, wasn't he, Trevor Stephen?
Gutted about it, but that happens in football. But up until recently, we was the under-21 side that won the UEFA Cup was the last England side to win a major cup. So I was proud to be part of that.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's funny, we're talking about everything football and all that lot, but normally you get these football records that come out during the Euros and the World Cup.
Right, yeah.
Ain't been none out at all at the moment, is there?
No.
Like I said about the flags, the hype hasn't seemed to start yet. There's no flags out. There's no songs coming out, and
it's a shame because obviously when we had John Barnes on the show, he was so proud of that, wasn't he? The rap. Yeah. I weren't going to ask him to do the rap. I deliberately didn't want to ask him, obviously, and he actually at the end said, "Well, why don't you ask him to do the rap?" So he come out, he went and got his gold disc and everything, didn't he?
Yeah.
It just showed you how proud he was of that England song.
John does it everywhere he goes now.
He loves it, doesn't he?
Yeah, he performs it now. Before he was singing it, but he performs the record now. He knows rap music as well, honestly. So
was that the '86 World Cup?
We loved it.
What World Cup or Euros was that for? That
Italia '90.
Oh, of course it was. Bloody hell, Italia '90. Because we shared the post of the '88 Euros England song, and it was called "We're Going All the Way," and they sung it on top of the pops, and you've got everyone on weight machines. Tony Robson, Tony Adams was on a weight machine. Like they're all doing dad dancing, especially Bobby Robson.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We've obviously got quite a good audience going on here at the minute, and hopefully they're enjoying it. Again, guys and girls, bang through any comments. We're going to carry on for maybe 10 minutes. Then I'll give us 10 minutes. If you want to say anything, do so. I'll run through again. We're going to be doing watch-alongs. We're going to be covering Wednesdays and Sundays on through the Euros. But guys, I'm going to chuck a bit at you. Just for 10 minutes. We'll go for another 10 and then we'll call it a day. Favourite tournament of all time and why? Start with you, Dan. And if you want to get involved, folks, just drop in your favourite tournament and why.
I think Italia '90, really, the whole thing, the way the team are brilliant, Gaza, the music, the songs, the Pavarotti, the Italians doing well with Scalacci. It was brilliant times, brilliant team. My first memory was '78 World Cup, the ticker tape. I was only 5, but I remember that white ticker tape.
Netherlands. Yeah.
But no, Italia '90, definitely.
Darren?
Spain '82. My first World Cup. Brilliant Brazil side. A lot of the games were ideal viewing times, in this country. I just wax lyrical. So many great goals as well. Yeah, I've just got this huge nostalgia for Spaniard '82.
Very strong scoring for for
right.
Northern Ireland.
Yeah, yeah.
Against Spain,
You know, he's idolised
Yeah.
just because of that goal in Northern Ireland. Absolutely. I mean, you played with Jerry, didn't you, Nigel? Did he come when you'd gone?
No, the strange thing about Jerry was when Watford bought him, it was after that tournament. So he's come off with the Player of the Tournament award, and he started on the subs bench for the first game of the season at Watford.
Who did he come from, Nigel? Was it Tottenham?
Tottenham,
yeah.
Yeah, Tottenham. Okay, we're getting asked here.
What was yours, Gail? What was your favourite tournament?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, and your first live
you know
game.
what? I've got
Black and white.
a couple. I mean, I think I remember I had a lot of fun in '86 getting pissed. But no, 90 was phenomenal. I mean, 90 was phenomenal. It really was. And but also I have to say a little bit about 96 as well, because for me, one of the greatest games I see England play was against Holland in that 4-1 win against a very good Holland side. So for me, 96, 90, always. I think everything about 90 was fantastic. You know, even the amount that turned up. I went down to Luton. Darren, did you come down with me to Luton?
No, I didn't go down to.
No. Well, when I went there, I mean, they reckon there was 1 million people or something. It felt like it anyway. It was.
Gazza had the fake chest on, didn't he?
Had the fake belly at the top of the bus and all that sort of thing. You know, I mean, look, 90, but 96 for me, the game against Holland was one of the best games I've seen. I think.
What was great about that, Gal, was the late. I think it was Clivert got a late consolation goal for Holland, but that knocked Scotland out, didn't it, as well, because of the points. They went. Scotland got knocked out in goal difference.
Dan, I was actually at the Scotland-Switzerland game that night.
Was you?
It was incredible because obviously this was before all the phones and stuff like that. So a cheer would go up. So you think, oh, England are winning 1-0. But by the time there was the fourth cheer, I thought there's no way England are 4-0 up against the Dutch. But they were. So if it stayed 4-0 and Scotland, who were winning 1-0 at the time, if it had stayed like that, the Scots would have improved. But like Dan says, Clive got a late goal and Scotland had just run themselves into the ground and had nothing left. They were superb, Scotland, that night.
It was a good team. They had a good team, Scotland.
I was carried away in the emotion of it. And I was
that against Poland?
No, Scotland were playing Switzerland at Villa Park.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I'm going way back now. You know, I'm thinking of when Archie Gemmell got that goal. That was brilliant as well. That was Argentina, wasn't it? 78.
Yeah.
No, that was 80.
Yeah, it was the Netherlands.
Yeah.
No, it was Argentina, wasn't it? 78.
Yeah.
Archie Gemmell got that unbelievable goal, and I thought Scotland were really unlucky that day. I sort of. Yeah,
do you know what's always bemused me, Gail, about the 74 and 78? We missed out England, didn't we? We sort of won all the European Cups and everything. But there was a big influence of Scottish players in them teams, wasn't there? Forest teams, Villa teams, Liverpool. But we never qualified, did we? 74 or 78, which is
no
surprising how we dominated the domestic.
74 we did, didn't we?
No,
I'm thinking 70,
the old World Cups as well was you never, there were players you never heard of. Now we know everyone, didn't we? But back then you would always see these players you never even heard of them before. Top class players.
One of the guests who's going to be joining us on the 3rd, Ian Story Moore, he only had got one England cap, but he got that in 71. So he played with that World Cup winning side. And he's joining us on the 3rd. So that's going to be a very interesting conversation. He's played with the very, very best at Man United and an absolute legend at Forest. So I'm looking forward to that one. What about the German police asking the English fans not to sing 10 German bombers in the air? Your thoughts?
I think I don't particularly. I think it's just trying to wind them up in it. But I don't know. I find it a bit muggy, to be honest. I just think.
Yeah, I think it's probably had its day now.
Yeah.
In all fairness.
Move on, it's 60 or 70.
So Charlie Cheese saying Argentina 78 beating the Dutch. that was his favourite. Let's have a look there. Have a great show. Give me a shout when you want. Okay. 96. Stuart agrees there. 96. 90 was my favourite, but 96 was special as well, and particularly for that game and Gazza's goal. I've got to say, you must have been dragged there, as no one goes. Okay, okay. I always get caught out with one or two.
It's funny. 96. We sort of, because you always got Union or the Union flag, didn't you? The Union Jack in all the England games. But 96, it sort of turned to the St George's Cross, didn't it?
Yeah,
it wasn't a thing back then, and that's when it happened.
It was always the Union Jack. Then 96 changed that. You are right. Oh mate, I better run through these and then we'll call it a night. Definitely highlights. Okay. Hang on. Sorry, I've done this a bit wrong. Oh, here we go. So I'm not doing a good job here of moving your thoughts. Okay, I'm just going to pop this up, guys. Just have a look. Okay, what are your thoughts on golden goal from 96? Might be better for teams who are rubbish at penalties, like England. What do you think to that then, chap?
You can't keep playing until a golden goal happens. You could be playing another hour. So, like, that's just ridiculous. I mean, the golden goal thing within the 15 minutes each half, fair enough. You know, you get a goal sorted, but you still can't avoid penalties at the end of the day if nobody scores, can you?
No. I don't think there's a better way to finish a game.
Yeah, Euro 96, where his first years, it was the final, and again, I'm not trying to sound big-headed, I was there. So it was 1-1 in extra time, Germany, Czech Republic, and it's weird because Germany scored, Bierhoff, and then it was all a bit weird. That's it. It's game over. There's no sort of like build up to the climax of the end of the game. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. It was like as a kid, wasn't it? Next goal wins, wasn't it? You could have been.
Yeah, it's weird.
You could have been 15-2 up, but next goal won, didn't it? It was like...
Yeah.
I've been corrected about it was Holland they beat 3-2. Suddenly I thought it was Poland. So yeah, 78. No, 78. Archie again, I remember it. Scotland was unbeaten in 74 and went out. So Scotland did have that era, didn't they, in the 70s where England didn't?
No, fantastic players, aren't they?
Right, okay. I'm going to bring it to an end. It's probably the longest show we've done for a long time. So let me just clarify before I go around the table. We'll see you all again next Sunday about 7:30 for the watch along. Where if you're at home, get the beers out, get us on your computer or your phone, get the game on the telly, join us, and we'll have a bit of fun. We're just going to watch a game like anyone else, and we can have our say. Oh bloody hell, that's that. We'll try and avoid bad language, but I can't see that being possible with me. We'll give it a go. So join us then, and again now a week on Wednesday. We will be running Wednesdays at 7 o'clock as well as the Sundays, and watch out for our watch along shows. We're going to have a party. Right, round the table. Dan, last words.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Hopefully, I'll be in some sort of sensible state in Ibiza when I come on. But best wishes to Alan Hansen. Hope he pulls through as well.
Yes, we'll mention that again right at the end. Darren.
Yeah, Alan Hansen, just quickly, when I used to play football as a kid, I used to roll my sleeves up almost like in tribute to how we used to play. So I'm very saddened by that. And again, I hope he pulls through. And thanks everybody for all the questions, everyone that's tuned in to watch us four old farts.
Fantastic, mate. Been fantastic tonight. Really has.
Speak for yourself.
Nigel, mate, last words and thoughts.
I'm hoping, for me, it's been one of the best seasons of football over here in all the leagues. So let's hope the Euros are as good as that. And then it's possibly one of the best seasons of football we've had for a long time. So, looking forward to that. And if anybody's listening to music around about 9 o'clock, join me on Mixcloud.
Yes, yeah, that's it. And that's a good thing as well. Next week, join us for our watch along, and then go straight on with Nigel and have a party if England win. That's the way to do it. He'll take you all through the merry hours with great music. For me, as always, have a really safe week. Enjoy yourselves. You might see us Friday evening doing a watch along. Depends on my mate up in Scotland, Charlie. If he wants to do it, we'll do it. So keep an eye out on our Facebook, on our TikTok, whatever, or our website at www.properfootball.co.uk. Safe week, everyone. Be good. It is exciting. I think we're going to have a bit of fun with this Euros, and it is exciting. So let's build that excitement up. Everyone, thank you so much for joining in, for watching. As Darren said, 4 old farts. As of yesterday, Dan got a bit older. Charlie will be drowning his sorrows with you, Nigel. Oh, you know what? That's my battery running low. Right, that's it, everyone. Again, safe week. Thank you very, very much for joining, and stay tuned for a great Euros coverage from Proper Football. Check us out on Facebook as well, and all our other platforms.